I'd like to call the meeting Fraser Parks and Recreation Commission Tuesday, October 5th, 2021 to order at 7:06 p.m. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I have one right outside my window that I'll be looking at. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right. Item number 3, roll call. Commissioner Hunt.
Here in Fraser.
Commissioner Rollins is here in Fraser. I know she is.
Amanda, you're muted. Amanda, you're on mute, Amanda.
I think she froze for a second.
It froze. Okay. Amanda Rollins, Fraser, Michigan.
Commissioner Sutherland.
I am here in Fraser.
Commissioner Kelly here in good old Fraser. Commissioner Meller did say he wasn't going to be here today, so he should be excused. And I know Commissioner Cook is working on it, so she's coming soon. Item number 4, approval of the agenda for October 5th, 2021.
Read through it today. Looks good. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Motion made by Commissioner Sutherland, seconded by Commissioner Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item number 5, approval of minutes from September 7th, 2021. Hi,
I read
Chris.
that also. I read that also, and I will make a motion to approve the minutes from September 7th, 2021 also.
I'll second the minutes.
Excellent. Motion made by Commissioner Sutherland, seconded by Commissioner Hunt. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi, Christine. Item number 6, volunteer group reports. Updates from Fraser First Booster Club, McKinley, Berry Free Park.
I don't see anybody on.
Yeah, and I didn't get any updates from them. I'm sorry.
I know they're getting close on the zip cruise. I don't know how close, but it's pretty close.
And then item B, updates from Fix the Fort. Again, that's my bad. I didn't get any updates from them. I meant to, I just forgot. All right, item number 7, current events, 7A Farmers Market.
So a big thank you to everyone who participated in any way, shape, or form in the farmers markets this year. It was a huge success, got a lot of really good feedback. Looking forward to spring already, though I am excited to take a little bit of a rest. I had an opportunity to talk to some of the vendors. They're asking questions on what the potential fee structure would look like. So I think that that's something that we might want to discuss, because it is in the charter that the commission should make recommendations on fee structures sooner than later, just so that, the vendors can prepare, and then we can also try to solicit additional vendors as soon as possible before they become booked, because, Christmas will be here before you know it. And then right after the Christmas candy comes out, then it's Easter. So just better to be proactive with that. But yeah, it was good. We had the DJ there last time, the yard games. Shout out to Peyton Kalka, who came to volunteer, put out the yard games to play with the kids. And yeah, it was a good time. There were people dancing in the field, and that was good. And it went well having it with the firefighters open house as well. I think we drew a lot more traffic combining efforts like that. So yeah, thank you to everyone. for a great season and looking forward to next year.
Awesome. Thank you, Dana. 8, overview report of Parks and Recreation. I don't even know if we have anything.
I think that's probably me.
All right, hi, Elaine.
All right, hi. So as all of you probably know, Vince had his last day on Friday, so I will be filling in for him in the interim. Don't really know a lot about Parks and Recreation Commission. I have kind of been trying to figure some things out. I've been obviously here for about 3-4 months now. A little bit about my background. I worked in Oakland Township for 10 years. And there I was kind of the manager's assistant and worked in planning and zoning for a number of years. I did help with some of the special events and things that we had in the community. For the last 6 years, I've been working in Marine City as the city manager. So come with, I guess, a lot of knowledge and experience to be able to run the city of Fraser. It's going to be probably a little tough over the next couple of months working on trying to get someone in the position that Vince filled. We have had some interviews and hoping to get someone in relatively quickly. Don't quite know staffing wise and everything right now. The only person that we really have in the Parks and Recreation Department is Hunter on a very limited basis. She's obviously going to be doing a lot of the finance stuff. We have the gap with Vince now, so we're going to be looking to really lean heavily on the staff that we have in the finance department. We do have a part-time supervisor for the finance department that's going to be coming in October 18th. So that person will, I think, bring a good wealth of knowledge to the department because she was a previous finance director for Fraser. So it's a great opportunity to be able to bring her back. As far as the Parks and Recreation, we are working on getting someone in the position for just general recreation as a part-time position that we have been interviewing people for. This is something that the initial rush is going to be to get the senior center open and start doing some of the activities over there. Other than that, I just kind of have been looking over the documentation, the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, the ordinance. I am a little confused, and maybe if someone on this board can help me out a little bit. I do see in our ordinances that this is technically a recreation commission, and I was wondering if anyone has any history of how it got expanded to a Parks and Recreation Commission. If there's some type of resolution or something anyone has that could kind of help me out and figure out really what the roles and responsibilities of this group are to be able to kind of help lead and drive us through and get things done, I would appreciate that. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have.
Thank you, Elaine. So I know when we spoke previously, Kathy Blinky may be a wealth of knowledge when it comes to maybe when the Recreation Commission took on parks too. I don't know. She may have more information than any of us on the commission would have. So
yeah, I agree with Sarah because it's named as both in certain aspects if you're looking through city charters and documents, so it can be confusing. So I agree that Kathy would be a wealth of knowledge, but if not, I'd be more than happy to try to look into it and help also, because I know I had a lot of those documents that I'd reviewed in the past as well. So if you need assistance, let me know. Yeah,
I would love it. I'd appreciate all the help I can get.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Any other questions? I don't think so. All right, coming back to item number 9, other business, discussion of the 5-year plan. Has anyone actually had a chance to look at it besides Dana, who delves right into it?
I'm like, me.
And I did look at it. So my last page that I stopped at was the swamp, the wetlands. So that was about as far as I remember. Am I frozen or is everyone else?
No.
Okay.
Nope,
No,
we hear you.
sorry. No, I got frozen for a second, so I wanted to make sure that.
I actually found my copy of the plan late this afternoon. And I was actually part of drafting that because I was on Parks and Rec at the time. And there's going to be a lot to cross off. A whole lot to cross off.
I did start crossing off some of it, then I was distracted by my children, so that's about as far as I got. Dana, what's your take?
So I agree that there's a lot to cross off. I think last time we had kicked around the idea of forming a subcommittee, and I thought that that was potentially going to be you, Echo, and Chris Cook, but I could be totally wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong there. And then we had talked about the survey. So I had sent that out to the commission. And Dave, I think I copied you on there as well, so that we could reach out to the community and ask for their feedback on what they would like to see as part of the new 5-year plan in the city. Because obviously it's important we hear from the residents, I think, before we prioritize anything. So I think I heard back from most everyone, or most everybody replied back on that survey. So, I mean, I think that that could be a good first step in getting that out. And then we would need to determine if the subcommittee is still going to exist. And then last time I had asked also if there was any way that we could get a version of the 5-year plan that could be edited, since it's like 100 and whatever some odd pages, so that we could potentially just take out the things that have been completed, change some of the financial numbers, and then add anything in there that we determine would go into the new 5-year plan. Does anybody know if there's a version out there that can be edited?
Maybe somewhere, but that doesn't help you, so.
Right? Because it just seems like it'd be I can see if I can try to convert it from PDF into some other kind of document, but I don't know if I will be able to. It's just a lot to go back and reinvent the wheel, and I don't know that that's a productive use of time. But
right.
So maybe Kathy Blanky would know that too.
I was gonna say, who created it to begin with? Somebody
Well,
on
Dave,
that
if you were-
commission, I'd imagine.
That was the actual creation of the document was done by Christina. And so it should be in the city files somewhere.
Okay.
And I would assume that may not be the best use of terms, but I would assume that it would be in the city files and in probably a Word document somewhere. And then later it was converted to PDF.
Would that be something, Elaine, that Hunter might have the capacity to just kind of poke around and see if you can find that previous version of the 5-year plan?
Yeah, we can certainly try and see if we can find it.
Thank you so much. That would be really helpful. And then go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
I was just gonna say, if I had to guess, it would be on the computers, unless if the computer is on in Christina's old office aren't there anymore. Wherever that computer is probably where it was at.
Yeah. Or if there's some sort of share drive or something, or cloud, who knows? I don't know how advanced it is, the saving situation over there.
Surprisingly, the lieutenant has been the person that's been very helpful finding things for us. So his detective work has really come in handy.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, because that would
I'll put him
definitely
to
be
work on it.
helpful. Thank you so much. So then, as far as the survey goes, does anybody have any feedback or amendments or anything like that on the survey before we potentially get that out?
I remember reading the questions and really no flags jumped
Right.
up. So
I think
That was really thorough.
Yeah, we had that one question about volunteering, and then you re-edited that, and I think that was the only thing, but you fixed it.
Well, thank you. And then I think Commissioner Meller had brought up a point about adding recreation questions. And I think I did respond saying that, you know, we could talk about that in here because we want to do that in an open meeting. So the 5-year parks plan would be specifically for park upgrades, not recreation. That was my understanding, is they are separate.
Mhm.
So I don't know that I think there's value in adding recreation questions to the community survey for a 5-year parks plan. But I wanted to make sure that we discussed it in here so that if anybody felt differently, right, that we could, I mean, I'm open to, you know, we work together and we can do it if there's value to it, but I wasn't convinced there would be value to adding recreation questions there.
I can tell you from experience 5 years ago, it was combined. So the survey was quite lengthy. And whenever you see a lengthy survey, people just tend to just not want to go through that time and do it. Plus, some of the answers may have gotten mixed up or lost in translation. So if it were me, if I received 2 separate surveys that were, you know, only a couple of minutes to complete, I would do that. But if I got one that was going to take 15 to 20 minutes, I wouldn't even bother with it. So
Okay.
my recommendation would be to split up the surveys.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, maybe we did 2 different ones.
Yep.
Well, and then, as you know, like Elaine said, you know, if we're going to prioritize the senior center getting open and we're going to come up with some sort of plan to walk recreation activities in the city, to me, it would make sense that we would have a separate recreation survey to get feedback from the community to say, okay, what's first, what's second, what types of programs are you interested in? So similar to the park survey, but I'm with you, Dave, that I think that they would be better separated.
Mhm.
So are we good to go ahead and start circulating the initial amended survey without the recreation portion? We think someone would have to make a motion.
I will make a motion to go ahead and circulate the amended parks survey.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion made by Commissioner Kelly. Seconded by Commissioner Rollins. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Sweet. I'm so excited for everybody to tell us what they want. Yay.
All right. And as for the subcommittee, I have no issues getting together with anyone if they want to look over it. I just don't know how or what what to actually do or put in there. I mean, it's probably just going to be a bunch of ideas being bumped around in this. So
yeah, it'll probably be ideas that you guys come up with. It'll be ideas based on the survey feedback. It's going to be, I would think, based on maybe going to the parks and seeing like what really needs to be done. Like, for example, like Pompo looks amazing, but I think that like the fence around the tennis courts could be painted, you know, things like that. So from observation, just my 2 cents, not that anybody asked for it.
Any questions from anyone?
I would assume that we wouldn't have a subcommittee meeting until after we know where the document is that can be edited, correct?
Probably.
Okay, all right. Just because I'm not even available till November now, so, all right.
Okay, November.
Yeah.
November it is. All right. Item number 10, citizen participation. It doesn't look like we have many citizens that would want to participate. So even though I encourage everyone to participate.
Mhm.
All right, moving on, item number 11, commission members with concerns. We'll start with Commissioner Hunt.
I don't really have any concerns at this point. I'm sorry that, that's it.
Commissioner Cook.
And I will tell Elaine that usually these meetings go much longer than this, so I don't know, this didn't seem like an average meeting, so.
It's not
is-
over
let me
yet.
know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so lucky you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cook.
No concerns really. Just want to invite people out on October 23rd to the Lions Club little Halloween festival that they're having. They're going to have some food trucks and a band and a beer tent. They're also doing trick or treating from 4 to 7. I don't know if any Parks and Recs want to set up a tent and pass out candy that day.
No, but I'll bring my children.
I'm already doing it.
Yes, I know you are. I know you are, Dana. I was just seeing if anybody wanted to represent Parks and Recs there and pass out candy.
I probably
I will
could.
be-
I'll talk to you. I'll message
Okay,
you.
sounds good.
And I will be unavailable
Until November.
Until November.
November 3rd, I'm available after that.
Commissioner Rollins.
Well, Commissioner Sutherland didn't mention me. I want to be part of the subcommittee in 10
I'm
to 14
sorry.
days. I can meet with you when Maya's out of quarantine.
All right. Oh, whoa.
Oh, we have a hand.
Up. Oh, my Lanta.
Citizen.
Day late, dollar short, but I'm excited for a citizen. So what the hey, let's go, citizen.
Oh man, he didn't raise his hand on accident, did he?
He probably did it just to get me all excited.
Tom McCoy.
His microphone's muted.
Tom McCoy, can you hear me? Fine. We'll move on and see if he unmutes his microphone at some point. All right. Anything else, Commissioner Rollins?
No.
Okay. Commissioner Sutherland.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't have something right and try to extend this meeting out a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. All I had was I did have a resident reach out to me to talk about Christmas. And so in some of the short conversations that I had with Vince, it didn't sound like there were any plans or preparations to do anything for Christmas. I know we didn't do anything last year because of COVID. The year before, I think we had Christmas in a small town. So I just wanted to bring it up because, you know, I've been hearing that's something that the residents would like. And I did have one person that specifically wanted me to ask about it in this meeting. So, Tom McCoy says it won't let him unmute his mic. It says the host won't let him unmute.
I mean, it's pretty smart choice if I'm being honest.
So I don't know, Elaine, are you the host?
I am. I don't know how to unmute him though. I don't see that it's an option.
Me neither. Let me see.
So for Elaine's benefit, in previous years, when we had Christmas in a small
Yes.
town, we would decorate City Hall and the trees surrounding the property. And there would be a lighting ceremony. Santa would be there to address the crowd. We would pick usually a member of the community to be the person that, you know, not necessarily get the key to the city, but to
Flip the switch.
just flip the switch, so to speak. And so all the decorations, I think, are stored somewhere in one of the sheds, and some of the decorations probably are in states of disrepair. That would have been done by the parks and the DPW, and we would also try to involve the schools. We'd try to get like the marching band or a group from one of the schools to just to bring, to play music while Santa's arriving on a fire truck. And it's usually Unit 1 with the big bucket, and Santa's up in the bucket. And they make a big drive-in splash. And yes, COVID really did quite a number on it. So,
I mean, if that's something that we think that there's capacity for Hunter to work on and or a subcommittee, I'd be happy to work on that as well. I mean, I think we probably would have some budget. We'd have to see what kind of decorations that we have that are in disrepair and what we have. I also know a guy who I could probably twist his arm to be Santa.
Wait, I have a good one too. Who do you have?
My husband, who's probably listening to this meeting going, I don't want to
wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Okay, I was gonna say, because I would like to also put in the hat Joe Berlager, if for the running, if you want to interview Santas.
I'm sure that Mr.
Jim
Sutherland would be more happy to, go
to
ahead.
give it up. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure
Yeah.
you'd be more than happy to just give it up. Uh-oh. Can you unmute Tom? He's really trying. He really wants to say something, doesn't he?
So Tom McCoy texted me his concern.
Okay.
He said his concerns were the benches at Pompo, possibly look into getting steel benches with PVC coating, and the cement pad work at Meadows looks horrible. Possibly check on that also.
Who will Tom McCoy steal my thunder about the bench at Pompo? That's what I was gonna say. Because it's the same bench from last year. They just painted it, so.
Okay.
The one that's all broken and busted, so. And for the Christmas in Fraser, I don't see my husband around, but usually you can get the paid on call firefighters to provide like hot dogs and cookies and stuff, so.
Okay, so then we probably,
not
so we have
Speaking
two
for
different
them,
things.
because he's probably hearing me in the background, and he's probably gonna be like, are you serious, Sarah? Like, you're volunteering me for stuff, but yes, that might be something to, they might be able to put something, if we get something going, they might be able to help out, so.
I could donate baked treats.
I will eat them.
Mhm, same.
And I know in past years, I mean, a lot of past years, the Fraser Goodfellows, there's usually a couple of us that volunteer and then come work the Santa line. Well, we'll work wherever you want, but we usually work the Santa line, directing the kids to get them over there.
And it always works great when they do, because it's like in and out, let's go. They move it really fast, so.
So then I guess the first question would be to Elaine then, if Hunter has the capacity to help work on this, because I don't think there's any way that even a commission subcommittee would probably have the capacity to do this.
Right.
It's something, I don't know how much time it's gonna take, and right now, I don't have the resources, but after we get this part-time supervisor, October 18th,
Okay.
finding out what her skills are and what she's going to be able to do, I'll know a little bit more after that. But I can start having Hunter do some of the legwork and seeing what's been done in the past, what information we have in our files, and maybe kind of go from there.
That would be fantastic. I think that's a great start. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think it would mean a lot to the city to get this done.
It would mean a lot to the Kellys, since the Kellys started it, so.
Yeah, we know.
I will say it every time if I have.
yep.
All right, any
So-
other concerns?
So then the bench though, so then what are we gonna do about the bench? Are we gonna have DPW, or can someone from DPW go over there to fix it? Do we need to get some estimates or bids or something on a replacement bench? Can we just buy a bench? What do we?
I'll have Ragsdale go out there and take a look at the bench at Pompo.
Okay.
And I'll
Elaine,
also have him look at the concrete pad at Meadows. I don't know if that's
Yes.
one of the ones that DPW recently did, or if it's something that was pre-existing that is falling apart. I tried to help Tom because the only thing that I have the ability to do is to request him to unmute himself. I can't unmute him.
Tom says the contractor did the work. I feel like Cyrano de Bergerac over here. Tom says the contractor did the work.
Is it something new?
Tom, I'm gonna need you to text me and tell me if it's something new.
Didn't we just have Meadows redone?
Yeah, they're working on a lot of stuff up there.
Okay.
I think they're working on a pad for the pavilion and I think a picnic table on the side. I know that they had to redo a little bit of the sidewalk up there. And get more information from Ragsdale. He
said, yes, the 4x4 pads do not look finished.
And they may not be. Ragsdale is on vacation this week and he's at a conference next week. I will check with Melissa. I might even go out and just do a site visit with her to get a little bit better understanding about what's going on.
Elaine, there might be some benches left in the DPW yard. About a year ago, I donated 7 cast iron benches.
Nice.
I know 2 that were placed. One of them is right out front of City Hall. Right when you walk out the door, the guys had repainted it black and placed that one. And I'm not sure where the other benches were placed.
Sweet. That'd be great.
But they're really, really solid and they're really freaking heavy.
I'm sure.
Built to last.
That's
Yeah.
a technical term. Freaking, really
Yeah.
freaking heavy.
Right.
Tom says finished. The concrete doesn't look professionally done. Looks like it was poured and, I don't know, hang on. Looks like it was poured and swept with a broom. So it sounds like Elaine's gonna go out, get with Melissa and go out and do a site visit to see what's up.
I know sometimes they put like ridges in it so that it makes it a little bit safer. It's not as slippery, but yeah, I'll take a look at it with Melissa.
Thank goodness that Tom came out to repair my bathtub a couple weeks ago, or he might not have had my phone number to get through to us in this meeting. Tom says, thank you, Elaine.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Cook, go ahead.
I just have one thing. If Sunny decides that she wants to set up a booth and represent Parks and Recs, will there be some money in the budget for her to get some candy?
I'd have to check the budget, but I think we can probably arrange for that.
Okay.
I have no idea what the answer was.
She said we would check and see.
Thank you.
Any idea approximately like how much you might want, dollar amount?
How many
Are
people
you
are you,
asking me? Sorry.
how many people are you expecting, Christine?
There could be a couple hundred people. I would say no more than $100.
Okay.
I mean, you can get a lot of candy for $100.
I just bought 720 sticky pumpkins to give away at Trunk or Treats, and it was under $100.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could easily do it. I think our Easter thing came in at like, I don't know, $60, $70, something like that.
Sounds pretty manageable.
And if you
Awesome.
need me to go buy some, I will go buy it. I have to go buy some anyway, so I will have no problem buying it.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
And then, I'm sorry, I have one more question, and then I promise that I will be done. But it's related to something I already said. So then, Elaine, as far as having Hunter look into the previous year's Christmas, is that something that that you
Okay.
can follow up with us and just maybe, send a quick email so we can kind of gauge whether or not it might happen.
Yep,
Or
yep.
the
I'll
work.
see what she can find file wise and see kind of budget wise what something like that costs, where we are with the budget. I'll try and get a report out to you probably within the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I was
much.
gonna
I
say,
appreciate
because
it.
it's usually the first Saturday of December.
Right. So Amanda, you better get ready to bake quick if we need you to, because
There's
Nothing else going on. That's fine.
Does anybody have any idea how early they started working on something like that?
Summer.
Probably June.
summer. Yeah.
No, the lights.
Summer though, I think.
The lights
I would imagine
typically
summer,
didn't-
yep.
Yeah, the lights
few months
typically
ago.
didn't. The lights typically didn't go up until, near the middle of November.
But everything else was starting to be planned pretty much right after the city picnic, so.
Right.
Since we would book stuff, but I don't even remember what we used to book, so. Like I
Doesn't mean
lost,
we can't still do something in a little scaled back version to start things going.
that's true, very true. All right, Commissioner Sutherland, have we finished with our concerns?
I'm done.
All right, and then it's me. I don't really think I have any concerns. I was gonna talk about the bench in Pompo. But really that was it. I mean, and I gotta get my butt working on that 5-year plan. I always mean to look at it when I'm at work at 3 a.m, but someone decides to wake up and they don't want to go back to sleep, so I don't get a chance to look at it, so. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else. So I will make a motion to call this meeting of the Parks and Recreation Commission to end at 7:43, or I'm sorry. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Jeez, it's been a long night.
Wait,
Oh, go
I
ahead.
do have one more thing.
Go
So
ahead.
November 2nd is also election day. Is that our next meeting, November 2nd?
No, I think it was the Tuesday after.
Okay,
Switched it to the Tuesday after.
all right. Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try this sentence again. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Second that.
Okay, motion made by Commissioner Kelly, seconded by, I heard Commissioner Rollins. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, perfect. Meeting end at 7:44 p.m. That was like the fastest in history. Thank you, guys. See you.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.